So, hello everyone. Today I have a very special repair, and it's not in itself a lens, but it's quite a fun accessory from Nikon. And they used to make this in the 80s, I think, and it's called a lens scope converter. And what it means this is that I can take a Nikon lens like this one. That's a micro Nikkor 55 millimeters, and then I can mount it with it, and then I can use it like a scope, long scope. And then the cool thing about this is that it has 10 times magnification. So this lens, which is a 55, is going to be 550 millimeters. And then since it is a macro, I can take a look at it as it was a macro, so it's like a hand microscope that I can use. Really cool. And then same thing, if I use a tele lens, I can take a look. For example, if I take a 300 millimeters, it's going to be a 3000 millimeters, and let me tell you, it's really impressive. And then this is the kind of thing, if you like photography and then observing stuff like birds or animals or whatever, this is the thing to have, because you can simply take your camera and this accessory, you can take pictures with your lenses, and then if you want to observe something, just take your lens, you put it into the scope, and you look through the ocular and you're done. Okay, so this is it for the use of this fun accessory. And then what we're going to do now is that we're going to open it, because it has some haze in the interior. And then let me show it to you. Focus this a bit, and then you see that line there, that's some haze that has the lens. So what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble all this. I'm going to guide you through all the disassembly process, which is easy once you know how to do it. And okay, so let's start. So let me zoom a bit. So okay, so first thing, you have this plastic, well, it's not plastic, it's rubber, and then there's a ring here that you remove. Come out. Okay, slip it, and then you're able to remove the rubber cup here. Then you can remove this ring, the retaining ring for the rubber cup. Then you have this element, and then here you have two things. So first you need to remove this part, which is the exterior part. Let me put the focus in. So you have a small screw here. So really small screw. That you don't have to remove, you just need to take it out a little bit, so you can just unscrew this element here. So it comes out. Okay, so that's for it. And then you have this element here. So let me get you a close up of it. because this part is the important one. So here, this element you have to unscrew. Well, it's already unscrewed, but then there is some glue here in it. So what I did, I put some alcohol and then let it act for a few minutes. Well, I actually put it alcohol twice, and then once this glue is dissolved, then you can unscrew this. So this element actually rotates here, and this is just for the diopter correction for people who uses glasses or whatever. Okay, so this is it. So it removes. There's some slots here to use a tool, but then yeah, tool is rather special. So what I did, it was to dissolve the glue, as I told you before, and then I came to the end of this element, and then I forced it a bit so it came out. But then you're able to find or have the tool, so do it like this. So you have the small slots here. So let me put some light. Well, difficult to see, but there is some slots here. So you have this, which is removed. Then to remove this remaining part, so first of all, well, if I remove this is going to remove the prism here. So before doing that, I'm going to remove this cap here, which is 2 screws. So here you have to use some alcohol as well to dissolve the thing, and because this thing has a lot of glue inside, so you have to force a lot. So, and then as always, when you have to force the screw, the risk is of damaging the head, and then once the screw head is damaged, yeah, you're pretty much done. So I remove this cap, then we have this element, which is 2 prism, and this is the element we want to remove. So I turn this. Then here I had to modify a screw. So that you have here. So initially it was like this, but then I wasn't able to pass. Let me show you. Yeah, I'm not able to pass. So with this element I grind it. I'm able to pass all the way down. So let me show you. So unscrew without problems. So this is the tricky part here, is that these screws here are really tight. You will even notice that they're not exactly the same, and then this is because one was broken, the head was broken, and then I had to make a new one. And then the other thing I did for this repair, give me 1 second, I will get something to show to you. Okay, so I'm here, I'm back. I was looking this, which is 1 euro-cent coin, and then I drop it here on the inside to protect the lens. And then while I was removing the screws, so which is rather a tricky operation, I would say this is the most tricky operation here, because these screws were really hard. And then what I did was to first I did an adapted screwdriver, then I took a big size screwdriver. I had to put all my weight in, so I was pushing like crazy, and then I was able to twist the screw. Well, now it's fine, but before, let me tell you, this was the painful part. Okay, so okay, so I remove the screws, and then this element comes out, which is the one with the prism. This is just an aluminum body, so this we'll put aside. Oh, we have this element who felt, and then this thing goes in here on the inside. So you see the projection in the middle, and then if I remove this thing, and then you have the elements which are of interest to us, and then we're able to see on the prism some which is dirty. So this is it for the disassemble. I'll stop the video now, and then I will come back in a few seconds to remove the prism and then cleaning it. Okay, so I am back. I got everything prepared to remove the prism. I even took my high powerful lamp, which I thought I wasn't going to need, but I realized by just watching the previous video that I actually need it. So this is the block of the two prism. So there's one here on bottom, which I call bottom, and the one on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the prism on bottom, so which is held by glue here, which is a kind of rubbery glue, so let's say some kind of silicone or whatever. And then first thing I do is I will mark the position of the prism with the marker, so I know where to put it once I'm done. Then I reglue it. So I mark the two positions, and then I will start to remove the silicone. So I start to do this. So this is not the most passionate task. So what I'm going to do is I'll stop the video and I come back when I have peeled off all the silicone, and then we will remove the prism and clean it. Okay, so I peeled off all the, well, almost all of the silicone, and then in both sides. It was quite easy, it took me like 3 minutes to do it. And then I started moving the prism here to remove it. So I'm using plastic tweezers, so not to damage everything. Okay, I have to pay attention here. Okay, so just see, it comes out. Okay, so that's it. And then, as I think, too much light. Not enough light. And then here you are, and then are able to see really well the haze and the prism. So I'm going to proceed to cleaning it. So let me get my cleaning stuff, and then yeah, this will be really quick. Okay, so I got my cleaning stuff. This is going to be rather quick. Yep. Bottle was a bit tight. Okay, I will save you the pain of watching this, because pretty much got the idea. Okay, so I am back just to show you something, and then I will stop the video. Okay, so you notice that I put some gloves on, and then it was because the cleaning was really critical at the end, not because of removing the trace, that was easy, but then to clean all the faces of the prism, because as I noticed the first time I was not wearing gloves. I mounted everything, and then I was seeing traces of everything everywhere, and then it was because on these surfaces, when I push to put it in, I touch it a little bit, the glass, and then it was reflecting everywhere. So lesson learned when cleaning prism, yeah, be really thorough, because yeah, it's rather complicated. Okay, so I put the prism in the position it was originally. I use as guides the lines I drew before, where they are. Okay, they are here as the lines, and then I use the trace of the previous glue to align. I use a magnification lens just to be sure that I was in position. And then the other thing I did, I put the prism, and then as you see, there's a screw here, and then a screw on the other side. These screws, there was screw holes there, M2, and then I think they are for holding the prism while it glues. So I put some screws. I tighten just a little bit by hand, and then I put a drop of glue here. It's transparent glue. Well, it looks dark here. Yeah, some glue that my daughter uses in school, and then this one is really easy to remove, so in the future if I need to remove it, I will be able to. Okay, so that's for it. I'm going to leave it for the night, so the glue has time to polymerize, and then I will put the drop on the other side tomorrow morning, and then in the afternoon I will finish the assembly. Okay, so see you later. So hello friends, I am back, and the prism is glue again, and then I remove the screws here that I put to hold the prism during the gluing process, and then now if I remove it, okay, it's okay, everything is very clean now. So now we proceed to reassemble the lens scope converter. So it was before we put the optical element here with the prism, which is clean now, and we put some light into it. Then I put my Eurocent coin just to avoid screws falling on top of the glass. You see, this is why it's good to have the coin here. Tight, just to make sure everything's okay. This is moving. Okay, now it is well tight. Screw here as well, and then the coin felt. Then I put this small element between the two prisms here. So, tack, it's in place. And I put small cover here. I change my driver tip. So, small screw here. Here, bits. Put the glass here. Well, I'm going to test that everything is okay anyway afterwards, but here at the end you have to put a small drop of glue here, just to make sure the thing is not going to screw when doing the diopter correction for the people who uses glasses, for example. And then I put this element here. You see here, I actually the really small screw which goes here on the side actually felt here. So this is why it is important to use something like a white cloth to in case you have screws falling or something and they don't bounce and then they get lost forever. So I will get some tweezers. Okay, so I got really fine tweezers just to get this. This screw here is really difficult to work with. Okay, and then to pull up this ring so it catches the rubber inside, and then you're pretty much done. So we have fixed this fantastic lens scope converter. So we can take a look to see if the line we had in the beginning is there. It doesn't seem to. Let me zoom a bit. Yeah, now the glass is really clean. So that's it. So as you saw, it's rather easy to fix. You only need to pay attention to the screws and everything, and remember that there's a lot of glue inside, so use solvent, so otherwise you risk of damaging your screw heads. So this is it for today, and thanks for watching, and see you next time.